Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a tutorial based on this look, so I'm going to call it a fair skin glamorous look. And for eyeshadow, I've only used the Boudoir eyeshadow, but if you have similar colours, go ahead and do it. They're just taupe colours. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned if you want to see how to get this look. First up, I'm using the Porefessional Primer. This is my little sample size, and I'm just going to spread that all over my face. This may be a little bit too light for me today, but I'm using the Revlon Color Stay foundation. This is in an ivory and it is the combination oily skin formula. It's so pale. Yeah, it looks so pale. Oh, well, that's over my red cheeks anyway. So I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush to buff that in. I have really struggled to try and find a fair enough foundation for my skin as I am so pale. I'm sure some of you will have that problem. So if you've got any recommendations for pale foundation, please leave them down below because I think we all need some help. So if you've discovered one that's fantastic, that's awesome. See, this is a bit too pale for me today. Oh well. For my highlighting concealer, I'm using my favourite at the moment, which is the Maybelline Super Stay. And this is in the colour Ivory. This is very, very light, so it's perfect for today. This will help cover up the extra redness I've got as well, because that is still shining through. It always does. And once you've blended that into the triangle section just underneath your eye, you can then move on to powder. I am going to use the Australis Fresh and Flawless in Natural today. And I'm taking it on this Eco Tools brush. This is a domed bronzer brush, but I found it to be fantastic for powder. This will probably bring a little bit more colour back into my face as well, which is good. See, that matches much better with my neck. This light powder isn't actually that light, I don't think. It may just be because I'm like really pale, but... Underneath my eyes to set my concealer, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD setting powder. I'm using this one because it is white, so it is very, very light because I still do want that highlighted effect. And I'm just taking it, this is a crown brush, a tapered brush, C100. And I'll just press that into there and blend it in. The bronzer that I'm using today is the e.l.f. bronzer in Matte Bronze. I would say it's a dupe for the NYX blush in Taupe, so it's perfect to use for contouring on days where you don't have any tan or if you're just pale. So I'm taking this on my NARS Ita brush and I'm just drawing that contour line and then I'll blend it up. Just drawing that line from the top of the ear to the corner of your lip, but not all the way. Mainly focusing on underneath that cheekbone. And just taking a little bit at a time will help, so you can build up the colour, and sometimes it can be hard to fix it if you've taken too much at once, especially if you are quite fair. I'm going to take some underneath the jawline there and just work that up towards the ear. And I'll also take some on the sides of my nose. I find when I don't do this, my nose just looks really flat, and just doing those two quick motions can give a world of difference to my nose. Not that my nose is big or anything, but I think it makes such a difference. So just on the corners of the forehead there, and I'll work a little bit more into here. And I'll just buff that in with my powder brush. Make sure it all blends in together. I'm using this NYX blush today and it is in Dusty Rose. I think this colour is really nice, like it's not too much, it's not too pink, it's not too brown, and I think it will just go really nice, like really nice and subtle with the dramatic eyes. So again, start with a little bit of blush and then just build it up. So just on the apples of your cheek, just above where you put that contour line. And work it up towards your temples. Just blend it all in again. I'm going to use this Designer Brands Illuminator today. I don't usually use anything like this, but I'm just going to put a bit on my hand and then take my fingers, rub it in so it is dispersed evenly and there's not too much on your fingers, and then just pat it on the tops of those cheekbones. The last thing that you want to do is take a whole heap or draw it on and just have that visible line there. You want to make it look seamless. So you just take a little bit at a time and work it in there. And if you need to, just apply more on your hand and just work that in that spot. You don't want to just rub it in because that could also rub off the work that you've done for the rest of your face. And you can work it down from the eyebrow as well. And that'll just give a nice pretty glow. I think it will work really nice with the colours that I'm going to do today because it has got a pink tinge. And just a bit on the cupid's bow. So you can just see that subtle glow there. Now for brows, I'll comb them out first and then I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyebrow kit in Ash. I'm going to take the powder side and then what I'll do is I'll take this darker powder, which is a Starlit eyeshadow in Antique Smoke, and put that on the tail. I really need to have my eyebrows on, so soz about that. And then I'll set it with my Essence Lash and Brow Gel. I'm going to use today for an eye base a Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Belly Branded. I've only used this once before. It's almost like gold based actually, but like, yeah, champagne-y kind of colour. And just pat that on with your ring finger and blend it out. Going to use some sticky tape today and just place it on the back of your hands just to get a bit of the stickiness off, and then we can stick it to our eyes. Before we put that on, I am going to put a colour all over my lid and I'm going to use the colour Satin Sheets, which is this pink middle colour here. I'm going to take it on my finger. This is kind of pink with a goldish tinge to it. So I don't know if that's showing up as pretty as it is. Like a gold reflect. So I'm just going to put that all over my lids. And putting it on with the finger is really great because it gets it pretty much as pigmented as you're going to get it. So you want to stick it just there, pointing up towards your brow. And now I'm going to zoom in. First up, I'm taking this shade here, which is Fuzzy Handcuffs. It is a very light pink, but I'm going to use that as my transitional colour and perhaps mix it in with this Sugar Walls colour to give it a little bit more depth. But I'll go in with that one first. And I'm just going to place that pretty much like in the crease, above the crease, just on that bone there. I'm going to go in with this brush, which is an E36 Sigma blending brush. I'm going to take that Sugar Walls. And this one's a little bit more defined. So I'm just going to follow the crease with that and bring it right in. So what I'm doing is I'm going in with the lighter shades first and then building up the colour towards the darker shade that I want to do. This will prevent any mishaps with putting on too much colour at once, and overall make the process a lot easier. Now with a more defined brush, this is a Sigma E47 crease brush, shaded crease brush. I am going to go in with this colour here, which is Lap Dance. And again, it's the next colour down, it's the darker colour down from Sugar Walls. And I'm going to trace that carefully in the crease, making sure not to go out of the crease. And just back and forth in windscreen wiper motions. And just bring it down, but not all the way into the inner corner. And definitely don't go straight in the inner corner with the product. Just when you've fluffed it around for a little bit, then go in the inner corner. I'm going to blend that a bit with nothing additional on this brush that we just used before. And just blend that on the outer part of the crease. For the darkest colour, I'm going in with Voulez-Vous. I think that's how you say it. Don't really know because I'm not French. And tap off the excess and just work it into that crease there. And just build up that colour, but just ever so lightly going back and forth. You don't want to dig your brush in too much because we don't want to spread the colour too much, too far. I'm going to take a tiny little bit of French Tickler, which is the black with the shimmer in it. Just a tiny bit, and tap off the excess, and I'm going to work that into the crease. And I think I'm ready to take this off. I'm going to go in with satin sheets again and brighten that up on that lid. And then I'm going to go back in with no additional product on this brush that I was just using before. And go over that crease. I'm going to do some on my lower lash line, but what I'll do, I'm taking Sugar Walls first, which is the medium colour, and just on a dome shadow brush, I'm running that along my lower lash line. And then I'll take a little bit of Lap Dance, which is the next colour down, and just on the outer corner, I'll blend that in. I'm going to use In the Buff for underneath my brow to highlight. I run that just above all of the colours and blend in that In the Buff. For my inner corner, I'm using Nude Appeal, which is a Models Prefer Infinite Colour Eyeliner. I'm just going to run that in the inner corner there. And then just blend it out. Now for the part that we love to hate, liquid liner, I'm using my Maybelline Master Precise liquid liner today. Just going to hold this little mirror up, and I am going to do a wing. I don't know how big I'm going to do it. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, so I've done my liquid liner. I'm going to do some mascara now. Use my L'Oreal Telescopic and a bit of my Jordana Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. I'm going to wear some falsies today, so I've already got my glue getting tacky, and then I'll pop them on. Now feel free to put something in your waterline. I don't really want to today because I think it would just be a little bit too harsh. At first I didn't really know how I felt about this mascara, but I really do love it. And then I'm going to use the other one on top. I'll use my Fave lipstick, which is the YSL Rouge Volupte in 7, a lingerie pink. I hope this will look okay on fair skin. It's a little bit bright. If I just use a little tiny bit, yeah, it looks much better on tanned skin. And then I'm taking this Buxom lip gloss. Well, I don't know what this is. This is in Ooh La La. Full bodied lip gloss. There you go. And I'll just put that over the top. I really, really like this lip gloss. It can go over the top of nudes, pinks. It's great. I think these ones are just Red Cherry Wispy Lashes. I'm not too sure because they're just sitting in my little case thing. So I'm just dipping it in the glue. I'm always out of frame for this, always. I think it's just because I get so close to the mirror because I need to see what I'm doing. That is by no means a perfect lash application. I'm going to put a little bit more shimmer on, so I'm going to use this Bow Beauty shimmer. Tap my finger into the part that doesn't have the gold reflex on it and just rub that onto the high point of my cheekbones. And I'm going to get some with the glitter on it and place it on that inner corner there. Well guys, that is it for my Fair Skin Glamorous tutorial today, and I hope you enjoyed. It's something a little bit different to what I usually do, but I got a lot of positive feedback on my daily fair skin tutorial. So if you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up if you want to see more fair skin tutorials. It's not really 100% in my comfort zone, but it is what I am underneath all those layers of fake tan usually. So I need to embrace that and share it with you guys. All my social media links are listed down below, so go and check them out, and some other videos as well that I think you would like. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!